How the Stars Came to Be. Written, narrated, and illustrated by Michael Bayouth. A bedtime story. Kean saw it first while flying his kite. It punched through the clouds and let in the light. A blanket of clouds keeping two worlds apart, one in the light and one in the dark. Kean and all the creatures of night had never seen this thing called light. Cool turned to warm as they climbed that mountain. At the top they saw the bright sun fountain. With the sun lived the Sprites, up above in the light. They were all quite grumpy, they'd never seen night. Zephyr the Sprite Princess marveled at Kean, so different from anyone she had ever seen. Kean said, "Hello there, can I ask you a question? Can we borrow your sun? It's just a suggestion." But before her father could make a big stink, into the clouds Kean started to sink. Back in the village, Kean shared his story of the light from a sun in all of its glory. How the light shined down on a castle of sprites. I bet they give anything to sleep through the night. So the creatures decided to take down the sun and offered suggestions one by one. Scratching his head, Razor Rat said,
"A hole in the clouds will have to be cut. How will we do that? How and with what?"
"With the oar from a boat,"
Jen the Hen shouted.
"We'll cut a hole in the clouds we can take the sun out of. Archer the Eagle has a good eye. A ladder of arrows he'll shoot in the sky. The nimble foxes can climb through the hole and capture the sun,"
shouted a mole. Beaver Blacksmith spoke up too.
"Can Archer shoot the arrows true?"
The archer boasted, "You have no choice." Then came a teeny-weeny voice.
"I could shoot the arrow straight,"
said little Alice, the archer's mate. The beaver found the perfect oar, but the plan was missing something more. Fred the bear looked up and smiled. "The birds have come up with something wild." Kean danced a jig and cheered to hear their plan to take the sun was near. The birds showed off their plan so proud, to cut a hole into the clouds. They celebrated that last night, that they would finally bring the light. The time arrived for the ladder of arrows. The foxes were ready, and so were the sparrows. But Archer the Eagle wasn't feeling his best. He hadn't slept well. He needed more rest. He shot arrow after arrow, but it made no matter. As hard as he tried, he could not make a ladder. A tiny voice squeaked from behind,
"I'd like to try, if no one minds."
The animals all shouted, "Hooray! Hooray!" as little Alice saved the day. Straight up the ladder the foxes climbed. The birds with the oar flew close behind. For the first time ever they felt the sun. It was a miracle what they had done. The sprites above didn't make a peep, because they all fell fast asleep. All were content for a time anyway, till Zephyr came calling with something to say.
"Darkness is soothing, but we miss the sun. Isn't there anything that can be done?"
The Sprite King knew he had to take measures, so down they all went to get their sun treasure. This started a battle over the light, and who was to say which one was right? Through the hole in the clouds from above and below, each world held tight and wouldn't let go. They battled so long they both lost count over darkness and light and the proper amount. Then one day it happened, or so it is written. The Sprite King's daughter became more than just smitten. She and Kean made a pact atop that mountain, and agreed to share the bright sun fountain. Each world would have 12 hours of sun, and this number seemed to please everyone. So when it's night and the day is done, it's just the Sprites' turn with the sun. Some say at night, who know of this lore, that the moon's just a hole that was cut with an oar. And Archer the eagle made the stars for night, when his misled arrows shaped pinholes of light. So from this day forward, you'll look up and see, and know for yourself how the stars came to be.